Welcome to Pathways. The meditation passage today is a passage that invites us to accept rejection. If you are a missionary or an evangelist or somebody who just wants to succeed in life or to do something significant, I think part of what we need to accept is life involves rejection. And here Jesus is telling his disciples to go out and do what they're supposed to do as his disciples. But then he gives an advice on what happens when you are rejected and what a disciple should do. Let me read the passage to you. Mark chapter 6, 7 to 13. And he called to him the 12 and began to send them out 2 by 2 and gave them authority over the unclean spirits. He charged them to take nothing for their journey except a staff, no bread, no bag, no money in their belts, but to wear sandals and to not put on 2 tunics. And he said to them, where you enter a house, stay there until you leave the place. And if any place will not receive you, and they refuse to hear you, when you leave, shake off the dust that is on your feet for a testimony against them. So they went out and preached that men should repent, and they cast out demons and anointed with oil many that were sick and healed them. Here you see that the disciples accomplished a lot, performing miracles, and yet there was this advice: even if you're doing great, you will experience rejection. People will also decide not to receive you. And what was the advice of Jesus? This interesting phrase that says, well, if you're not received, why don't you shake off the dust that is on your feet for a testimony against them? During their time, it was very dusty because there were no cemented roads. And so, dust was part of what you get when you're walking around. And so he's saying, well, if you go to a place and they reject you, remove the dust from your feet. As if he's saying, imagine you did not even pass by that place. They did not receive you. Shake off. Do not even bother to dwell on that rejection. I think that's a good advice for anybody who wants to be an evangelist or a missionary who wants to serve others. You will be rejected. But the advice of Christ is this: move on. Do what you're supposed to do. And let it be a testimony against them if they don't receive you. What does that mean? It is their loss if they reject what you offer. So, I think it's an advice that Jesus gives to missionaries, but I think it's a good advice for anybody who experiences any kind of failure. I think what we need to do is shake off the dust. Move on. You made a mistake, you failed. Try again. Jesus, in this passage today, wants us to accomplish a lot in our life. But we need to learn the lesson that he gives us. We will be rejected, but we could move on, and we could shake off the dust of our failures and our inability to succeed, even our rejection. God bless us, and I hope that you keep on listening to Pathways of Hope.